All right. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Not too far off getting underway. Once again, a big welcome to our two judges, Mr. Zane Haverman from Mostley Hills in Springshaw. He'll be joined by Tim Hollis from Carabubula in New South Wales. We're good to go. First up, 201 will be Lane Mauler riding Design. Rob Durkin, you'll be 202 riding Yarrawa Call Girl. Pete Comiskey will ride Yavin Smooth Sailing in 203. 204 will be Anton Smith riding Four Hooves Inconspicuous. And Byron Davison, you'll be 205 riding Barragoon Hussey. Looks like we're good for daylight and we are set to roll. Currently watching Lane Mauler on camp. Outside now on the course, round number one. Around the back and through we go, I believe. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment for Lane Mauler and Design. Lane will be followed by Rob Durkin in 202, riding Yarrawa Call Girl. Pete Comiskey, you'll be 203. A score to hand, 15.5 for cutout, 60.5 for horsework, and 4 for the course, for a one-round total of 80 points for Lane Mauler and Design. 15.5, 60.5, and 4. Rob Durkin we watch right now, riding Yarrawa Call Girl. Number 202 in the draw we're watching. Pete Comiskey will be next in 303, Anton Smith in 204, Byron Davison 205. 206 turned up not here, 207 will be Drew Fowles, Hugh Miles in 208, John Turvey in 209, Will Jury, you'll ride Rio in 210. There's Robbie Durkin and Yarrawa Call Girl, 2 out, 2 on the board. A score to hand for Rob and Call Girl. 18 for cutout, 59.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's an 18, 59.5 and 4. For a one-round total of 81.5, 81.5. Watching Pete Comiskey right now riding Yavin Smooth Sailing. Currently watching Pete Comiskey and Yavin smooth sailing around the back and through they go. There's 3 out and 3 through. Have a score for you in just a moment, PJ. Cutout score 21. 59.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 21, 59.5 and 4 for 84.5, 84.5. Ayrton Smith riding 4 hooves, Inconspicuous, 204. Ayrton will be followed by Byron Davison in 205, Drew Fowles in 27, Hugh Miles 208, John Turvey riding Willinga Park, Fable in 209, Will Drury riding Rio in 210. Cutout score there for Ayrton Smith, 19-19 for our Maurer competitor. Cutout score of 1 and 9. Byron Davison joins us from Pittsworth and the Darling Downs at number 205 in the draw, riding Berragoon Hussey. He'll be followed by 207, Drew Fowles riding Spook. Hugh Miles, you'll ride PCD Stevie Nixon 208, and John Turvey's Willinga Park Fable in 209. Please be ready. Once again, the program for today will be the maiden from 201 to completion of the first round at draw number 357. We'll then go on to the second round of the Open, section number 2, which will run from 201 to 403. We'll wind up today's camp drafting with the ladies program in full. So the ladies shootout will be this afternoon at the completion of round number 2 of our Open. Byron Davison riding Berragoon Hussey. Shapes up for the gate and through they go. Byron Davison riding Berragoon Hussey. We'll have a score to hand for you, Byron, in just a moment. We'll then move down to 207, Drew Fowles. 15 for cutout, 58.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 15, 58.5 and 4. We're a one-round total of 77.5 for Byron, 77.5. Drew Fowles. We're watching. Drew's riding Spook and joins us at 207 in the draw. Currently watching Tamworth competitor Drew Fowles riding Spook. Little bit of trouble there on the top side of the first. We'll have a cutout score there of 14, 1 and 4 for Drew and Spook. Cutout score of 14. We'll move on then to Hugh Miles riding PCD Stevie Nicks. They join us at number 208 in the draw. 209 will be John Turvey. 210 Will Drury. 211 will be Mick Caskey. Shari Knutson, you'll be in 212 riding Durkin's Ruby, and Wyatt Young, you'll be in 213 riding Henry's Jezebel. Thank you very much, Hugh Miles. Score to hand, 21 for cutout. Cutout score only there, unfortunately, for Huey Miles and PCD Stevie Nicks. Let's go to 209. It'll be John Turvey riding Willinga Park Fable. John Turvey riding Willinga Park Fable, our St George competitor. Hey, around the back and through they go, and 60,000 people, all raisers won. Well done, John Turvey. We'll have a score on the board for you in just a moment. We'll then look for Will Drury riding Rio. A score to hand for you, John. 21 for cutout. 21.5, I should say, for cutout. 21.5. 63 for horsework. And 4 for the course. 88.5. 88.5. Will Drury is who we're watching now. 210 in the draw. Will's riding Rio. He'll be followed by Mick Caskey in 211 riding Bandit. Shari Knutson will ride Durkin's Ruby in 212. Wyatt Young in 213. Sam Cook will ride Stretch in 214. Zeb Pierce and Turner's Stud Control. Please be ready in 215. Currently watching number 210 in the draw. Not a whole lot of joy out there, unfortunately, for Will and Rio. 15.5, 15.5 for cutout. They're going to leave with a cutout score only. Mick Caskey, if you're there, please. Mick Caskey, if you're on deck. You are being summoned to the cutout yard, Mick Caskey, because it's your run. 211 in the draw. We're looking for Mick. Mick Caskey, if you're available. All right, looks like we're going to go next. Two, one, yeah. Next up should be 212, Shari Knutson riding Durkin's Ruby. Okay, well, Mick Kasky didn't quite make it in time, so 212 is scratched. We're going to go with 213, Wyatt Young riding Henry's Jezebel. Who's this? That's not Shari Knutson. Oh, sorry. God almighty. We'll have the joint now. All right, we've got everything back on track. Wyatt Young riding Henry's Jezebel in 213, 214. Sam Cook riding Stretch. Zeb Pierce will be in 215, riding Turner's Stud Control. Hayley Condon will ride Willow in 216. Matt Moffat, you'll ride Ductorious in 217. Currently watching 213 on camp, Wyatt Young riding Henry's Jezebel. Wyatt Young, we're watching, riding Henry's Jezebel. They are 213 in the draw. Sam Cook will be next in 214. Zeb Pierce 215. Hayley Condon will ride Willow in 216. And Matt Moffat, you'll ride Ductorious in 217. Cutout score there for Wyatt Young and Henry's Jezebel, 20 for cutout. Okay, Sam Cook, if you're here, Sam Cook, you are up. Sam Cook, 214 in our maiden draw, riding Stretch. Okay, moving down to Zeb Pierce at 215, riding Turner's Stud Control. Currently watching Zeb Pierce riding Turner's Stud Control. 215 in the draw. Hayley Condon, you'll be next on Willow, followed by Matt Moffat riding Ductorious. Penny McIntosh will ride Aussie Icon in 218. Huey Philp, you'll ride Ziggy at 219. Currently watching 2:15 on course. Zeb Pierce riding Turner's Stud Control. We'll wait for our judges, have a score to hand for you in just a moment, Zeb. Until then, we'll look for 2:16, Hayley Condon in camp, riding Willow. A score for Zeb at 21 for cutout, 55 for horsework, and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 79. That's a 21, 55, and 3 for 79 points. Moving right along, Hayley Condon, 2:16, rides Willow. She'll be followed by Matthew Moffat in 2:17. Ductorious, 2:18 will be Penny McIntosh. Hugh Philp and Ziggy, please be ready. All right, a score to hand for Hayley Condon and Willow. 22 for cutout, 52.5 for horsework, and 3 for the course. That's a 77.5, a 22, 52.5, and 3. The 77.5. Currently watching Matthew Moffat riding Ductorious, a count of the Hanrahan family. Of course, Matthew calls Cabra home, just west of Rockhampton, and joins us at 2:17 in the draw. There we have another full course. Matt Moffat riding Ductorious will have a score to hand for you. 22 for cutout, 62.5 for horsework, and 4 for the course for an 88.5. That's a 22, 62.5, and 4 for 88.5. Penny McIntosh is next, in 2:18 riding Aussie Icon. They'll be followed by Hugh Philp and Ziggy in 2:19. Imogen Dello will ride Summer Love in 2:20, and Bo Butel, you'll ride Barmac Hugo Hard in 2:21. Currently watching outside now, Penny McIntosh riding Aussie Icon at 2:18 in the draw. And another one out and around. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment, Penny. And Aussie Icon. Cutout score of 20.5. Score for horsework, 62 and 4 for the course. One round total of 86.5. That's a 20.5. 62 for horsework and 4 for the course for an 86.5. Move down to Hugh Philp, riding Ziggy, 2:19 in the draw. They'll be followed by Imogen Dello and Summer Love in 2:20. Bo, you'll ride Barmac Hugo Hard in 2:21. Heidi Smith will ride Smith Family Lily in 2:22. Matt Durkin will ride Dulcie Style in 2:23, and Rob Newton, you'll ride Booney in 2:24. Currently watching Hugh, Philp and Ziggy, our Clermont combination, as they slide through the gate. Have a score for you in just a second, Hugh. That's a 16 for cutout. Okay, a 16 for cutout, 56.5. For horsework and 4 for the course for Hugh Philp and Ziggy. 1 round total, 76.5. A 16, 56.5 and 4 for a 76.5. Imogen Dello, as who we're watching right now, riding Summer Love. Imogen will be followed by Bo Butel riding Barmac Hugo Hard. In 2:21, 2:22 will be Heidi Smith, Matt Durkin in 2:23. Rob Newton will ride Booney in 2:24. Karen Yates, you'll ride Chisholm's Red River in 2:25. Currently watching Imogen Dello riding Summer Love. Currently got draw number 220 on course. A score to hand for Imogen, 18 for cutout, 57.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. For a 1 round total of 79.5, an 18, 57.5 and 4 for 79.5. Move on now to our Calbar competitor, Bo Butel riding Barmac Hugo Hard at 2:21. Not a whole lot of joy there for Bo, and they will leave the cutout yard with a no score. Next up is Heidi Smith riding Smith Family Lily. 222 in the draw. Makes her selection. Heidi Smith riding Smith Family Lily. They'll be followed by Matt Durkin riding Dulcie Style in 223. Rob Newton in 224. Karen Yates in 25. In 226 will be Joel Hill riding Louis. Scored hand for Heidi Smith. Smith Family Lily 21. 21 for cutout. Let's move down now to Matt Durkin riding Dulcie Style on behalf of Amy Jemison. Matt's 223 in the draw. Be followed by Rob Newton and Booney in 224. Karen Yates will ride Chisholm's Red River in 225. Joel Hill and Louis in 226. Cody Jack Ryan, you'll ride Pendant in 227. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Durkin, As Cool As You Like, riding Dulcie Style. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment, Matty. 23 for cutout, 58 for horsework, and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 85. That's a 23, 58, and 4 for Matt Durkin riding Dulcie Style. Rob Newton, you're up next, riding Booney at 224 in the draw. Will be followed by Karen Yates in 225, Joel Hill 226, Cody Jack Ryan and Pendant in 227. Sarah Barnes, you'll ride Ribbon in 228. Oh, I had to do plenty of work out there, did Rob Newton. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Cutout score of 20.5. 51 for horsework and 3 for a course. For the first round total of 74.5. That's a 20.5. 51 for horsework and 3 for the course for Rob Newton and Booney. 74.5. Karen Yates riding Chisholm's Red River. Karen will be followed by Joel Hill on Louis. We'll then look for Cody Jack Ryan and Pendant. Sarah Barnes and Ribbon, please be ready. A little bit of trouble way out there on the long side of the first for Karen Yates. Cutout score there of 20.5, 20.5. As Joel Hill makes his way in, riding Louis. Then look for Cody Jack Ryan in 227. Sarah Barnes, 228. Joe Marr, 229. David Duncan, ride Duncan's Kenny at 230. Currently got Joel Hill riding Louis in 226. Next up will be Cody Jack Ryan riding Pendant. Hey, Joel, can you just come and see the office, please, at some stage? Come and see Lauren, please, and just have a little meeting with her at the completion of your run. They scored a hand for Joel Hill, 22.5 for cutout, 61.5 for horsework, and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 88. That's a 22.5, 61.5, and 4 for the course for 88. Cody Jack Ryan is who we watch at 227 in the draw. Cody's riding Malcolm Ryan's entrant in Pendant. Call Nanango home. $19 for cutout, $19 for cutout for Cody Jack Ryan and Pendant. Let's go down to 228 in the draw. Sarah Barnes riding Ribbon. It'll be followed by Joe Maher in 229. David Duncan in 230. Brett Staines, you'll be 231, riding Captain. He scored a hand. Not a whole lot of joy there, unfortunately, for Sarah Barnes and Ribbon. They'll leave the cutout yard with no score. Next up, 229 in the draw is the one and only Joe Maher. Joe joins us from Mount Marshall over in the Warwick district and rides Joma Glory. Joe's riding his own entrant. 229 in the draw. 230 will be David Duncan riding Duncan's Kenny. 231 will be Brett Staines riding Captain. 232 will be Jay Hall riding Ario. 233 will be Gavin Roberts riding Wilson. And 234 will be Alexandria Hindle riding Kitty Longstockings. Currently watching 229, Joe Maher riding Joma Glory. Outside now is Joe Maher riding Joma Glory. They're number 229 in the draw. Not a whole lot of fun there on the long side of the second. We'll have a cutout score there only for Joe, 19.5 and 19.5. David Duncan next up at 230, riding Duncan's Kenny. They'll be followed by Brett Staines, riding captain in 231, Jay Hall 232, Gavin Roberts in 33, and Alexandra Hindle, you'll ride in 234. Currently watching 230, David Duncan riding Duncan's Kenny. A score to hand for David Duncan, 21. 21 for cutout, and a cutout score only. As we go to 231 in the draw, Brett Staines rides captain. All right, a score to hand for Brett Staines. Not a whole lot of joy up there on the top side of the second. Cutout score there of 20, cutout score of 2-0. Jay Hall riding Ario. Julia Creek competitor. Watching number 232 in the draw, Jay Hall riding Ario. They'll be followed by 233, Gavin Roberts on camp right now with Wilson. Alexander Hindle will ride Kitty in 234. 235's a scratching. 236 will be William Chugg, and 237 will be Royston Carter. All right. Jay Hall will have a score to hand for you in just a moment, Jay. 20 for cutout, 63 for horsework, and 4 for the course for an 87 points. 20 for cutout, 63 for horsework, and 4 for the course, 87. Gavin Roberts is who we're watching in camp right now, riding Wilson. They're 233 in the draw. They'll be followed by Alexander Hindle in 34, Rob Leach at 35 is a scratching. $236 will be William Chugg riding Nandai New Dawn. Well, we slid through the gate, Gavin Roberts. We just did it from the wrong side. A cutout score there only, a cutout score of 21 for Gavin Roberts and Wilson. Alexander Hindle is who we're watching, riding Kitty Long Stockings. They're number 234 on the draw. 235's a scratching. So following Alexandra, we'll have William Chugg riding New Dawn. Royston Carter, you'll be 237. Jai Johnson in 238. Simon Bairn in 239. Madonna Finch, you'll ride Stylish Zodiac in 240. Currently watching 2, 3, 4 in the draw. Slides around the back and through they go for Alexandra Hindle and Kitty Longstockings. A score to hand, 21 for cutout, 60 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 21, 60 and 4 for a one-round total of 85. Next up's 236, William Chug and Nandai, New Dawn. One of the Willinga Park crew. Following William will be Royston Carter riding Montana in 237. Jai Johnson will ride Lily in 238. Simon Byrne and Banjo in 239. Madonna Finch will ride Stylish Zodiac in 240. Cutout score there for William Chug and Nandai New Dawn, 22.5, 22 and a half for cutout. The cutout score only. Oh, sorry, 20.5. I beg your pardon, a 20.5. Next up, Royston Carter riding Montana. Warwick combination. They'll be followed by Jai Johnson in 238. 239 will be Simon Bairn. 240, Madonna Finch. 241, Harvey Wakeford, please be ready. Not a whole lot of joy in there, unfortunately, for Royston and Montana. They'll leave the cutout yard with no score. Next up, 238, Jai Johnson. Jai Johnson riding Lily. They'll be followed by Simon Bairn and Banjo in 239. Madonna Finch will ride Stylish Zodiac in 240, 241. Harvey Wakeford will ride Kumak Honducta. Daryl Jordison, you'll be 242. Jai Johnson currently in camp, in June competitor, riding Lily. Hey, there we go. We'll have a score to hand for you, Jai Johnson, in just a second. $21 for cutout, 62.5 for horsework and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 87.5. It was a 21, 62.5 and 4 for 87.5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Byrne is in camp riding banjo. The young man you're watching is the Managing Director, the MD of Collier's Agribusiness. The naming rights sponsors of our maiden draft here at Willinga at Juandah Plains for 2023. Have yourself a Captain Cook at the man out there, Simon Byrne, riding banjo. You could go up to him later on during the day, I'm sure, and say good day and thank him for his help here as the naming rights sponsor in the big maiden here at Juandah Plains for 2023. Simon Byrne, thank you very much for everything. Thanks for being a part of our wonderful program, and thanks for competing here in the Collier's Agribusiness maiden for this year. A cutout score of 18 for Simon Byrne and banjo, 18. As we move down now to Madonna Finch riding Stylish Zodiac. Tony Finch's entrant at 240 in the draw. They'll be followed by Harvey Wakeford in 241, Daryl Jordison in 242, Evan Hiscock in 243, 244 will be Justin Vivas. Outside, we're watching Madonna Finch at 240 in the draw, riding Stylish Zodiac, Wallumbilla competitor. Oh, we just slide around the long side of the gate peg. We'll have a nice score to hand for you just the same for Madonna Finch and Stylish Zodiac. 21 for cutout, 59 for horsework and 3 for the course for 83 points. That's a 21 for cutout, 59 for horsework, and 3 for the course for 83 points. Kumak Honductor is who we watch, right? Being ridden by Harvey Wakeford at 241. 242 will be Daryl Jordison riding Atkins Treasure. Evan Hiscock will ride Cartel in 243. Justin Vivas, you'll ride Nibarina Miss Minaj in 244. I believe we're currently watching Harvey Wakeford on camp, out on the course, number 241 in the draw. Harvey's riding Kumak Honductor. Dane and Casey Woodard's entrant from Charters Towers. Harvey Wakeford will have a score to hand for you here in just a moment. $16 for cutout, 60 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 16, 60 and 4 for 80 points. 80 points for Harvey and Honductor. Daryl Jordison is who we're watching riding Atkins Treasure. They're 242 in the draw. Daryl Jordison joins us from Galaganbone. Score there for Daryl, 19.5 for cutout, and cutout score only. Evan Hiscock will be next riding Cartel in 243. Justin Vivas will ride Nibarina Miss Menage in 244. Ben Hall's Martini in 245. Mac Whelan will ride Lexi in 246. Lloyd Davison, you'll ride Fossil Downs Concat in 247. Currently watching Evan Hiscock riding Cartel, 243 in the draw. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've just been notified that the FPOS machines are not working at the food stands. It's a far bigger issue than what is happening just here at Juandah Plains, but you will need to go to the coffee van and the food stands this morning with cash and cash only. The FPOS facilities are not working. And I believe it's a far bigger thing than just here. All right, Evan Hiscock, he scored a hand for you, 21.5 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, 88.5, 21.5, 63 and 4 for 88.5 for Evan Hiscock and Cartel. Justin Vivas makes his way in, riding Nibarina Miss Menage. Our Roma competitor, Justin Vivas, he's out on course. Well, I'll leave that one up to the judges. We'll have a score for you just the same in just a moment. We'll then move on to Ben Hall riding Martini in 245. Mac Whalen will ride Lexi 246. Lloyd Davison will ride Fossil Down Concat in 247. Wayne Deneen will ride Hazelwood Cole in 248. Kyle Sanguinetti, you'll ride Vendetta in 249. They scored a hand for Justin Vivas, 21 for horsework, 21 for cutout, 60 for horsework, and 4 for the course for 85 and 85 points. Currently watching Ben Hall riding Martina at 245 in the draw. It was Ben Hall and Martina. I have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Next up will be 246. Mac Whalen riding Lexi. 22 for cutout, 62.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 88.5 first round total for Ben Hall and Martina. Mac Whalen is who we're watching riding Lexi. Well done, Mac Whalen, around the back and through you went. Obviously a huge support crew here, wonderful to see. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. There it is, 18 for cutout, 60.5 for horsework and 4 for the course for 82.5, 18, 60.5 and 4 for 82.5. Currently watching the Taroom competitor in Lloyd Davidson riding Fossil Downs Concat. Lloyd will be followed by Wayne Deneen in 2:48, then 2:49 will be Kyle Sanguinetti. Troy Palmer will ride Bad in Black in 2:50. Oliver Solano, you'll ride Stylish Cleopatra in 2:51. A score to hand for Lloyd Davidson. 20.5 for cutout, 53 for horsework and 3 for the course for 76.5. 76.5. Wayne Deneen riding Hazelwood Cole is up right now in 2:48. 2:49 is Kyle Sanguinetti on camp riding Vendetta. Troy Palmer will ride Bad in Black. 2:50. 2:51 will be Oliver Solano riding Stylish Cleopatra. Wade Warrior, you'll ride Touche in 2:52. All right, we'll get a score to hand for Wayne Deneen in just a moment. Cutout score there for Wayne of 18. Cutout score only, 18. Next up is Kyle Sanguinetti riding Vendetta. At 2:49 in the draw. Just a reminder of today's program, we're running the maiden here this morning, section number 2 of round number 1. We're running the draw from 2:01 to 3:57. We'll then get on with the second round of the Open. We'll run draws 2:01 to 4:03. We will then run the ladies this afternoon in its entirety. So we're running the second section of round number 1 for the maiden. Second section of round number 2 for the Open, and the ladies in its entirety in full. Unfortunately, therefore, Kyle Sanguinetti and Vendetta, they'll leave the cutout score, the cutout yard with a no score. Next up is Troy Palmer riding Bad in Black. Bad in Black is owned by Willinga Park. Troy calls Cooler home and joins us at number 250 in the draw, 250. Following Troy, we'll have Oliver Solano riding Stylish Cleopatra. Wade Warrior will ride Touche in 252. Peter Knutson will ride Haymack Metallic Max in 253. And Barry Johnson, you'll ride Con This in 254. Currently watching on camp, Troy Palmer riding Bad in Black. Bad in Black outside on the course now with Troy Palmer. Check and change and slide around the back. She's pretty special, isn't she? Bad in Black and Troy Palmer. 250 in the draw. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment, Troy. Until then, well, let's talk about Oliver Solano. You'll be up next at 251 in the draw, riding Stylish Cleopatra. We'll then look for Wade Warrior in 252, riding Touche. Peter Knutson will ride Haymack Metallic X in 253. A score to hand for Troy Palmer and Bad in Black. 20 for cutout, 58 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a 20, 58 and 4 for a one-round total of 82 points. 82. Okay, we're just waiting for our last mob of cattle to make their way out the back. Next up will be our Gold Coast competitor, Oliver Solano, riding Stylish Cleopatra. Oliver joins us at 251 in the draw. He'll be followed by Wade Warrior and Touche in 252. 253 will be Peter Knutson riding Haymack Metallic X. Barry Johnson in 254 will ride Con This. In 255 will be Rick Hopkins riding Spin and Catnap. Currently watching 251, Oliver Solano riding Stylish Cleopatra. We'll have a score to hand for Oliver and Stylish Cleopatra. 19 for cutout, 19 and a cutout score only. Unfortunately, a little bit of trouble out there. Shaping up for their first. 19, Wade Warrior is up next. 252 in the draw, riding Touche. We'll then look for Pete Knutson in 253. Barry Johnson and Con This in 254. Rick Hopkins in 255. And Nathan Garlick, you'll ride Lethal Blonde in 256. Wade Warrior and Touche, a cutout score there. Cutout score only 20 points, 2-0. Pete Knutson, Chinchilla competitor riding Haymack Metallic X, is in camp. They're 253 in the draw. They'll be followed by Barry Johnson in 254 and Con This. Rick Hopkins in 255 riding Spin and Catnap. And Nathan Garlick 256, you'll ride Lethal Blonde. Okay, today we're running the maiden second section of round number one from draws 201 to 357. We'll then go on with second section of the round number two of the open 201 to 403. We will then run the ladies draft late this afternoon in its entirety. And tomorrow reads like this. First up will be the restricted open. We'll do the whole lot of it and its presentation. We'll then run the maiden final and presentation. We'll then run the maiden for maiden final and its presentation. We'll then run the open final, and to wind up tomorrow will be the teams draft. Currently outside we're watching Peter Knutson riding Haymack Metallic X. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Thank you, Pete. Cutout score there only 16 for cutout. As we go to Hewenden and look for Barry Johnson riding Con This. They're 254 in the draw. They'll be followed by 55 and Rick Hopkins riding Spin and Catnap. Nathan Garlick's Lethal Blonde in 256. Andrew Turvey and Ebony in 257. Colleen Smith, you'll ride Banara Obsession in 258. Okay, Con This and Barry Johnson outside on the course. They'll be followed by Rick Hopkins riding Spin and Catnap. Nathan Garlick will be then in 256. Andrew Turvey's Ebony in 257. Colleen Smith in 258. .259 will see Morgan Farndon riding Cuddles. And 260 will be Megan McIntosh riding Bullambong Suzy Q. They scored a hand for Barry Johnson, 20.5, 20.5. Cutout score only. We now look for Rick Hopkins riding Kerry Hamilton's entrant in Spin and Catnap. Rick calls Ridgelands home, just west of Rockhampton, and joins us at 2:55 in the draw. There we go, Ricky Hopkins. No stranger to having plenty of big runs is Rick Hopkins riding Spin and Catnap. I'll have scored a hand for you in just a moment as we look for Nathan Garlick and Lethal Blonde down inside the cutout yard. Here you go, Rick, at 21 for cutout, 61.5 for horsework and 4 for the course for an 86.5. 21 for cutout, 61.5 for horsework and 4 for the course for 86.5 for Rick Hopkins. Currently watching Nathan Garlick riding Lethal Blonde in 256. 257, Andrew Turvey. 258 is Colleen Smith riding Bonara Obsession. Outside right now on the course is Nathan Garlick and Lethal Blonde. Cutout score there for Nathan and Lethal Blonde of 15. 15 for cutout. As we move to 257, Andrew Turvey riding Ebony. Of course, Andrew calls Juandah home, and he's riding Terry Snow's entrant in Ebony. Currently watching number 257 in the draw. Colleen Smith will ride Bonara Obsession in 258. Morgan Farndon will ride Cuddles in 259. Megan McIntosh will ride Bullambong Suzy Q in 260. 261 will be Jim Lawton riding Finley. 262, Hugh Miles, you'll ride PCD Summer Rain in 262. Currently watching Andrew Turvey riding Terry Snow's Ebony. Leave that one up to the judges. That was 257 in the draw. Next up, 258 will be Colleen Smith riding Banera Obsession. A score to hand for Andrew Turvey and Ebony. 16 for cutout, 55.5 for horsework, and 3 for the course. That's a 16, 55.5 and 3 for a one-round total of 74.5. Colleen Smith, a Tansy competitor, riding Banera Obsession. Outside now on the course. Next up in camp will be 259, Morgan Farndon, riding Cuddles, Megan McIntosh. You'll then be in 260, riding Bull and Bong, Susie Q. Jim Lawton will ride Finley in 261. Hugh Miles and PCD Summer Rain, please be ready. And there we have time. Thank you very much, Colleen Smith, riding Banera Obsession. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment while we look for Morgan Farndon riding Cuddles in 259 in camp. Cutout score there for Colleen Smith of 16. 42.5 for horsework and 2 for the course for a 60.5. That's a 16, 42.5 and 2 for 60.5. As we move on to Morgan now, riding Cuddles, they're 259 in the draw. Megan McIntosh and Susie Q, you'll be next. Followed by Jim Lawton's Finley. Okay, we'll wait for a score to hand for Morgan. So the rest of the day's program, ladies and gentlemen, sounds like this. We are going to finish section number 2 of round number 1 of our maiden competition. We'll then move on to section number 2 of round number 2 of the open competition. And the ladies' draft will be run in its entirety this afternoon. So, ladies, your draft will be run in full this afternoon. A score to hand for Morgan Farndon, 19 for cutout for Morgan and Cuddles. Currently watching Megan McIntosh riding Bull and Bong, Susie Q. All right, we'll have a score to hand. $22 for cutout for Megan McIntosh. 2-2. Next up will be 261, Jim Lawton riding Finley. 262 will be Hugh Miles riding PCD Summer Rain. 263, Wyatt Young will ride Rebound Wingman. 264, Sarah Cookson. You'll ride Bandit. All righty, thank you very much, Jim Lawton. Riding Finley, we'll have a score for you in just a moment. Currently looking at in camp is Hugh Miles riding PCD Summer Rain. Jim Lawton, you were 20.5 for cutout, 59 for horsework and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 83.5. A 20.5, 59 and 3 for 83.5. 22.5. Hugh Miles is who we're watching, riding PCD Summer Rain. PCD Summer Rain is owned by Peter Doonan, and Huey joins us from the Greater Tamworth region. Cutout score there only for PCD Summer Rain and Hugh Miles, 22 for cutout. We'll move down to Wyatt Young, riding Rebound Wingman in 263. Okay, that was Wyatt Young riding a Rebound Wingman in 263. Cutout score there for Wyatt, 22 for cutout. Next up, we'll move down to Sarah Cookson riding Bandit. Back out on the course, 264, is Sarah Cookson riding Bandit. Stuart Wallace will be then in 265, riding Lonesome Daddy. Ali Graham, 266, riding Flash Mellow. Matt Moffat will ride Hustlin' in 267. Roger Boschhammer will ride Paracon in 268. Aaron Jelly Paracon. They scored a hand for Sarah Cookson and Bandit. 21 for cutout, 58.5 for horsework, and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 82.5. That's 21, 58.5, plus 3 for 82.5. Let's go down to Stewie Wallace, our Clark Creek competitor, riding Billy Harding's Lonesome Daddy. They scored a hand for Stuart Wallace and Lonesome Daddy, 16 for cutout. As we move on to Ali Graham riding Flash Mellow, they're 266 in the draw. Of course, Ali calls Taroom District home. They'll be followed by Matthew Moffat in 267, Roger Boschhammer in 268, Jason Dorstein in 269, Linda Knight, you'll ride Bill in 270. Currently watching 266, Ali Graham riding Flash Mellow. Don't forget, ladies, All of the ladies' draft will be run this afternoon. We will run the ladies' draft in its entirety this afternoon. All right, we'll have a score for Ali Graham there of 19.5, cutout score only, 19.5. As we go to Matthew Moffat riding Hustlin. Hustlin belongs to D and J Bell. And Matt Moffat and Hustlin join us at 267 in the draw. Following Matt into camp will be Roger Boschhammer riding Arangeli Paracon. Jason Dorstein will ride Bar 1 Compass at 269. 270 will be Linda Knight riding Bill. Alan Heading in 271 will ride Stone Age Cinch. Roderick Hay in 272 will ride Kodak. Matthew Moffat, we're watching, doing plenty of work out there on number 2, riding D&J Bell's Hustlin'. And there's time. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Matthew Moffat. $22 for cutout, 52.5 for horsework, and 3 for the course. That's a 22, 52.5 and 3 for a 77.5, 77.5. Roger Boschhammer riding Arangeli Paracon, 268. They'll be followed by Jason Dorstein in 269, Linda Knight in 270, Alan Heading in 271, Roderick Hay in 272. And Tom Barnes, you'll ride Willinga Park Nikita in 273. Currently watching your chinchilla competitor, Roger Boschhammer. Riding Arangeli Paracon. Not a whole lot of joy there, unfortunately, for Roger and Paracon. They leave the cutout yard with a no score. Next up is 269, Jason Dorstein riding Bar 1 Compass. Our Mungandai competitor. Linda Knight will then be in 270, Alan Heading in 271, with Stone Age Cinch. Roderick Hay will ride Kodak in 272, and Tom Barnes will ride Willinga Park Nikita in 273. Making his way on into camp is Jason Dorstein riding Bar 1 Compass. Outside now on the course, Jason Dorstein is who we watch, riding bar 1 Compass at 269 in the draw. I'll have a score to you in just a moment. 16 for cut out for Jason and bar 1 Compass as Linda Knight makes her way into camp, riding Bill. In-June competitor. Linda will be followed by Alan Heading in 271, riding Stone Age Cinch. 272, Roderick Hay and Kodak. Tom Barnes will be in 273, riding Willinga Park Nikita. 274 is a spare. 275 will be Jim Lawton, riding Beth. 276 will be Tom Denson, riding LaLuca's Oakley. There we have Linda Knight, a 15, 15.5, 15 and a half for cutout. Little bit of trouble up there on the long side of the first, unfortunately. As we watch 271, Alan Heading riding Stone Age Cinch, a Jambin combination. Outside now, 271, Alan Heading, 272, Roderick Hay will be in camp. Our judge says, thanks very much, Alan. We've seen enough. We'll have a score for you in just a moment. 15 for cutout. As we move on to Roderick Hay, 272 in camp, riding Kodak. Tom Barnes will then be in 273. 274 is not here. Jim Lawton will be 275. Tom Denson, you'll ride LaLuca's Oakley in 276. David Murphy and Mobile Starline, please be ready in 277. Currently watching Roderick Hay riding Kodak. 272. All right. Cutout score there for Roderick Hay and Kodak, 19.5 and 19 and a half. As we move down to Tom Barnes in 273, riding Willinga Park Nikita. Willinga Park Nikita is owned by Oakwood Station at Upper Kadanga and ridden by Tom Barnes. 274 is not here. 275, Jim Lawton will ride Beth. Tom Denson in 276, David Murphy in 277, Kerry Turner 278, Harry Scott, you'll ride Roxy in 279. Currently watching Tom Barnes in 273, riding Willinga Park Nikita. Cutout score there for Tom Barnes, 22.5, 22.5. A cutout score only, 22.5. All right, back on deck with 275. Jim Lawton's Beth. Jim will be followed by Tom Denson in 276. David Murphy, 277, Kerry Turner in 278, and Harry Scott will ride Roxy in 279. Currently watching Jim Lawton make his way out onto the course. Hey, thank you very much, Jim. We'll have a score to you in just a moment. Until then, we'll talk about Tom Denson. Here's a score for Jim. 19.5 for cutout, 57.5 for horsework, and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 81. It was 19.5, 57.5, and 4 for 81 points. We move on then to Tom Denson riding LaLuca's Oakley. At 276, 277 will be David Murphy riding Mobile Starline. Kerry Turner will ride Turner Stud Controller in 278. Harry Scott will ride Roxy in 279. Warren Dello, you'll ride Chance's Choice at 280. Kane Duff and Marnie's Chick, please be ready. Currently watching Tom Denson and LaLuca's Oakley negotiate the first peg. Our judge says, thank you very much, sir. Thanks, Tom. We've seen enough. We'll have a score for you here in just a moment. 14, a cutout score. 14, 14 only, a cutout score only for Tom Denson's LaLuca's Oakley. David Murphy and Mobile Starline is who we watched, the Talbot competitor. They're 277 in the draw. Kerry Turner in 278, Harry Scott 279, Warren Dello 280, Kane Duff in 281. Cameron Finch will ride Hidden Talent in 282. Thanks very much, David. A score to hand for you, 21 points for cutout. Kerry Turner we go down to, riding Turner's Stud Controller. Turner's Stud Controller owned by Turner Marks. Kerry calls the Charlwood District home down the Fassifern Valley, on the edge of the Fassifern Valley, around the Arachula type district. They join us at number 278 in the draw. This young lady is very capable of putting big scores on the board. Kerry Turner riding Turner's Stud Controller. Here in our Collier's Agribusiness maiden Campdraft for Willinga at Juandah Plains here in Juandah for 2023. A score for you, Kerry, 20.5, 20.5. Turner's Stud Controller, 20.5. Next up, 279. Harry Scott is who we're watching. Harry's riding Roxy. They'll be followed by 280 being Warren Dello. Riding Chance's Choice. Kane Duff, you'll ride Marnie's Chick in 281. And Cameron Finch, you'll ride Hidden Talent in 282. Jody Cowley and Smith Family Smooth Class, please be ready. Currently watching Harry Scott riding Roxy. Juandah competitor. Well done, Harry. All the rest of the crew put their hands together for the young man. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Until then, we'll wait. We'll look for Warren Dello riding Chance's Choice in 280. Cutout score there for Harry of 15, 61.5 for horsework and 4 for the course for an 80.5. That's a 15, 61.5 and 4 for 80.5. Warren Dello's riding Chance's Choice right now in draw 280. He'll be followed by Kane Duff and Marnie's Chick in 281. Cameron Finch in 282 and 283 will be Jody Cowley riding Smith Family Smooth Class. Not a whole lot of joy there, unfortunately, here in the maiden for Warren Dello on that occasion. They'll leave the cutout yard with a no score. As we go to 281, Kane Duff riding Marnie's Chick. So for those of you who have just joined us here today, we're currently running section number 2 of round number 1 of the maiden. We're doing from lots draw number 201 to 357. We'll then move on with section number 2 of round number 2 of the open draft. We'll do from numbers 201 to 403. We will then run our complete ladies class this afternoon. So we will run the ladies in their entirety this afternoon. And tomorrow morning's program looks like this: the restricted open in full plus presentation, the maiden final in full plus presentation, the maiden for maiden final plus presentation. We will then have the open final, and we will wind down Willinga at Juandah Plains for 2023 with our teams draft tomorrow afternoon. Okay, back on deck, we've got Kane Duff riding Marnie's Chick in 281. Cameron Finch's Hidden Talent, 282. Jodie Cowley will ride her own entrant in Smith Family Smooth Class in 283. We'll then look for Jacinta Brennan riding Pegalicious in 284. And Mick Caskey, you will then ride Bandit in 285. Currently watching Kane Duff. Riding Marnie's Chick. Draw number 281 is who you're watching outside. 282 is inside. Cameron Finch riding Hidden Talent. All right, there we have Kane Duff. We'll leave that up to the judges. For our in-June competitor, we'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. There's a 20.5 for cutout, 61 for horsework, and 4 for the course for an 85.5. 21.5, 61 for horsework, and 4 for the course for 85.5 for Kane Duff. Cameron Finch riding Hidden Talent in 282. Jodie Cowley in 283 and Jacinta Brennan 284. Mick Caskey, you'll come in at 285, and Kylie Graham, you'll ride Metallic Moon at 286. Snuck him just around the second peg. Look up and check and change and shape up for the gate. There's Cameron Finch and Hidden Talent. We'll have a score on the board for you in just a moment. Cameron Finch. A score of 20.5 for cutout, 62.5 for horsework, and 4 for the course for a one-round total of 87. That's a 20.5, a 62.5, plus 4 for 87 points. Jodie Cowley riding Smith Family Smooth Class. 283 in the draw. They'll be followed by Jacinta Brennan riding Pegalicious in 284. Mick Caskey will ride Bandit in 285. 286 will see Kylie Graham riding Metallic Moon. Lane Mauler and Derby, please be ready. Alrighty, there we go for Jodie Cowley and Smith Family Smooth Class. We're going to have a score to hand for you in just a second, Jodie. Until then, we'll look for Jacinta Brennan riding Pegalicious. Cutout score there for Jodie Cowley and Smooth Class. 15 for cutout for our Mount Beppo competitor. Jacinta Brennan is who we're watching riding Pegalicious. Pegalicious belongs to Marie Brennan. Jacinta calls Mitchell home and joins us at 284 in the draw. Mick Caskey will be up next on Bandit, and he'll be followed by Kylie Graham, Metallic Moon in 286. Lane Mauler will ride Derby in 287, and Mark Buttsworth will ride PCD Lou Elegance in 288. Cutout score there for Jacinta Brennan, 16.5. 16.5. Thank you, Jacinta. $285 is in there right now. Mick Caskey was rolled on from... Okay, having a second attempt at his run. Mick Caskey riding Bandit, 285 in the draw. Got his way just around the first. Now he's working hard on his second. Is Mick Caskey riding Bandit. Waiting. He looks up, he checks, he changes, and he slides on. Oh, goodness me. We'll wait and see what our judges confer. We'll get a score on the board for you here in just a moment, Mick. $21.5 there for Mick Caskey, $21.5 for Cutout. Kylie Graham, we're watching riding Metallic Moon. They're going around in draw number 286. Around the back and through they go. Our Taroom competitor, Kylie Graham, riding Metallic Moon. We'll have a score for you in just a moment, Kyles. Until then, we'll look for Lane Mauler in camp on Derby. A score to hand for Kylie Graham and Metallic Moon. 22.5 for Cutout. 63 for Horsework and 4 for the course. For a one-round total of 89.5. 22.5, 63 and 4 for an 89.5 for Kylie Graham and Metallic Moon. Lane Mauler is who we're watching in 287, riding Derby. He'll be followed by Mark Buttsworth in 288. Bruce McNaughton will ride Willinga Park. Gucci's Destiny in 289, and Paul Southern, you'll be 290. Cutout score to hand for Lane Mauler and Derby, 18.5, 18.5. Moving on now to the Kingaroy competitor. Riding the Benalla Studs PCD Lou Elegance is Mark Buttsworth. 288 in the draw. We'll then look for Bruce McNaughton in 289. 290 will be Paul Southern. 291, Michael Hiscock. 292 will be Beau Boutel. All right, Butsy says thank you very much, everybody. He's had enough out there. Riding PCD Lou Elegance. Cutout score there of 22. 2 and 2 for Mark Buttsworth. And draw 288. 22 for Cutout. Moving right along to 289. A fast game's a good game. Bruce McNaughton. Riding Willinga Park Gucci's Destiny. Currently watching Bruce McNaughton riding Willinga Park Gucci's Destiny, round number 2. There you are, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave that up to the judges. There's one of the old masters out there putting one around. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Thank you, Bruce. A score to hand, 21 for cutout, 55 for horsework and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 79. That's a 21, 55 and 3 for 79 points. We move down now to 290 in the draw, Paul Southern. I must say a big congratulations to all you maiden competitors here this morning. We are currently running at 45 runs an hour. We are just on 2 hours, and this is run number 90 for the morning. We are currently running at 45 runs an hour, and that's pretty fair camp drafting. Paul Southern riding Attenvale Tell All joins us at 290 out on the course right now. Michael Hiscock will be next in camp at 291. Bo Butel will be at 292. Nathan Bradley will ride Beetle in 293. And Huey Philp, you'll come in at 294. Currently watching outside. Paul Southern slide around the back on Elton Vale Tell All at 290 in the draw. A score to hand for Paul and Alton Vale Tell All. 15 for cutout, 56.5 for horsework and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 74.5. That's a 15, 56.5 and 3 for 74.5. As Michael Hiscock makes his way out, our Mafra competitor, riding Mewburn Solution. Currently watching at number 291 on the course, 292. Bo Butel will be in camp on Colonel. There we have it. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Thank you, Michael Hiscock. $20 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course. That's a one-round total of 87. That's a 20, 63 and 4 for 87. As a young Calbar competitor joins us in Bo Butel riding Colonel. They're 292 in the draw. 293 will be Nathan Bradley. 94 will be Hugh Philp. Ayrton Smith in 295. Ben Tapp in 296. Michael Hayes will ride Shedak Porsche in 297. Oh, looked like time might have not stood still for Bo on that occasion. We'll get a score through from our judges in just a moment for Bo Butel and Colonel. They're 292 in the draw. Cutout score of 18.5, horsework 55 and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 76.5 for Bo and Colonel. It was 18.5, a 55 for horsework and 3 for the course. It was 76.5. Currently watching Nathan Bradley and Beetle out on the course, our Mooney combination. They join us at 293. Our judge says, thanks very much, Nathan. They've seen all they need to see on this occasion. We'll have a score for you to hand in just a moment. 20 points for Cutout for Nathan Bradley and Beetle, 20 points. Let's go to Hugh Philp. Huey's 294 on the draw. A Clermont competitor riding Soda Too Stylish. Huey Philp riding Soda Too Stylish. That's 294 in the draw. Thank you very much, Hugh Philp. Riding Soda Too Stylish. Cutout score there only, unfortunately, for Hugh. 16 for Camp, 16 for Cutout. Ayrton Smith joins us next at 295 in the draw, riding Four Hooves Exotic. Ayrton calls the Mowra district home and rides Murray Smith's entrant in Four Hooves Exotic. Hey, thanks very much, Ed. And there's a cutout score of 22. Cutout score as Ben Tapp makes his way in. 296 in the draw. Ben Tapp riding Catherine. 297 will be Michael Hayes riding Shadak Porsche. 298 will be Byron Davison riding Jalen Downs Mischief. John Turvey will ride in 299 riding Willinga Park Flow. 300 will be Philippe Mansion riding Del Rio Chisholm. Currently watching Ben Tapp. Of course, Ben calls Nemengar home nowadays. For many years, Ben called the Catherine district of the Northern Territory home. And he's actually riding Catherine in front of us right now. Ben Tapp on Catherine is who we watch. Adjusts his hat. Round the back and slides one through for Ben Tapp and Catherine. They were 296 in the draw. We'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Thank you, Ben. Until then, we'll talk about Michael Hayes riding Shadak Porsche in 297, as Ben Tapp was a 21 for Cutout, 60 for Horsework and 4 for the Cause for a one-round total of 85. That's a 21.60 and 4 for a one-round total of 85 points for Ben Tapp and Catherine. We will be replacing the mob of cattle and, of course, dressing the arena after 100. Currently watching Michael Hayes in 297 riding Shadak Porsche. He'll be followed by Byron Davison in 298 riding Barragoon Ida. 299 will be John Turvey riding Willinga Park Flow, and Philippe Mansion, you'll ride Del Rio Chisholm in 300. Currently watching the one and only Michael Hayes outside riding Shadak Porsche, the Yule Bar competitor. They're number 297 in the draw. In our big Collier's Agribusiness maiden competition for Willinga here at Juandah Plains, Juandah 2023. Michael Hayes slides one around the back and right through the middle, riding Shadak Porsche. 297 in the draw they were. A score to hand for Michael and Porsche, 21 for Cutout, 62 for Horsework and 4 for the Course. That's a 2-1-6-2 and 4. For a one-round total of 87, 21-62 and 4 for 87 points for Michael Hayes. Byron Davison, you're up, sir. You're riding Barragoon Ida at 298 in the draw. You'll be followed by John Turvey riding Willinga Park Flow in 299. And Philippe Mansion, you'll ride Del Rio Chisholm in 300. Yes, we'll swap the cattle, and yes, we'll drag the arena. And then we'll be back underway with the last 57 or 8. In section number 2 of round number 1 of our Collier's Agribusiness Maiden Campdraft here at Juandah Plains 2023. Doing plenty of work in the cutout yard as a Pittsworth competitor in young Mr. Byron Davison riding Jaylin Downs Mischief. Byron Davison, we're watching outside now after doing plenty of work inside. Slides around number 2. Oh, the clock that stands still for none of us. Byron Davidson will have a score on the board for you in just a moment, my friend. 18 for cutout for Byron, 18 for cutout, 52.5 for horsework and 3 for the course for a one-round total of 73.5. 18, 52.5 and 3 for 73.5. John Turvey is who we watch, riding Willinga Park Flow at 2.99 in the draw. Of course, then we'll have Philippe Mansion riding Del Rio Chisholm. We'll then swap the cattle over and drag the arena. We'll then get back underway with Cameron Webster and Freddie in 3:01. And currently watching Terry Snow's entrant, Willinga Park Flow, John Turvey. That's how we like to see it done, John Turvey, around the back and slide straight through the middle for a 4-point round. Well, unofficially, of course. Let's wait and see what our judges concur with. They were 2.99 in the draw. $21.5 for cutout for John, $21.5 for cutout, $62.5 for horsework and 4 for the course. For a one-round total of 88 for John Turvey and Willinga Park Flow. As Philippe Mansion is making his way, looking for outside of the cutout yard, riding Chisholm's, Del Rio Chisholm, I should say. Del Rio Chisholm, the name of this horse. Philippe Mansion joins us from the Tamworth district and rides in at number 300 in the draw. We will be expelling these cattle out of the cutout yard at the completion of this run, and we will be getting underway with dragging our arena. So we can continue with the completion of section number 2 of round number 1 of the maiden competition. All right, we'll have a score to hand for you in just a moment. Philippe Mansion. I guess those cattle can make their way out. Yeah, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a 17.5 for cutout, 58 for horsework and 3 for the course. So a 17.5, 58 and 3 for a one-round total of 78.5 for Philippe Mansion and Del Rio Chisholm. All right, well, we'll let these cattle out of the cutout yard. Our machinery men will come in and prepare our wonderful surface here again. And we'll be back in not too long a time with the completion of round number 1 of the Collier's Agribusiness Maiden here at Willinga at Juandah Plains for 2023. Thank you very much. We will be back here very shortly.